Welcome back to the Hubbard's Handmade Shop. I am Ryan Hubbard. Today I'm going to show you a scrap wood project that I put together for a Christmas present for my kids. Here we have a geometric moose and a geometric fox. Stick around and I'll show you how I cut the parts, how I sanded them to fit, and how I finished these pieces up. I explored a couple of different ways of doing this, and the way that I started out doing it was to cut the pieces exactly to the shape that would fit in the pattern that I have. I very quickly became frustrated with this. It's difficult to get these pieces to match exactly. I don't have a scroll saw in the shop, which probably would have made this easier. Instead of doing that, I tried to just make the outline shape of the animals and just make the pieces fit in whatever way that I could to get the final shape that I wanted. I cut my pieces on the table saw, bandsaw, and I used my strip sander from Harbor Freight to get things to the shape that I wanted that would fit inside of my pattern. I started by trying to make each piece exactly the shape that it was on the paper. When I wasn't happy with how that was going, I decided to just cut random pieces and make them fit into the outline shape of the pattern I was using at the time. At this point, I had all of my pieces cut out and I transferred them one at a time from the pattern onto the backer board that I was going to be using. I just tried my best to use glue in between the joints and make them fit as tight together as I could. At the miter saw or the table saw with a miter gauge, I just cut out some mitered pieces to fit around the edges of my project, marking each one to size and just checking them as I went along. This really gives the plywood that finished look that makes the project go from just a scrap wood project to a piece of wall art, in my opinion. I used glue around the edges and a pin nailer to hold my pieces in place while the glue dried. It's amazing how that spray polyurethane transforms the wood and just makes that grain pop.
Oh, can you open it?
You can open it.
No way. You made it?
Of course I made it! Do you love it?
Show us.
Yeah. Do you like it, Luke?
I am literally speechless. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
I'm gonna put this on my wall.
It's, yeah, the geometric.
Geometry.
Okay, that is it. I was so happy to see the kids open their presents and that they enjoyed them. As you saw earlier, I finished both of these with a spray polyurethane. I thought that a spray finish would be easier to get around all of the edges that these pieces have, especially like in the antlers here. And it was just a little bit hard to spray and not get overspray on all of my background here. Just be careful of that. If you know of a better way to get finish into an intricate project like this, please leave a comment down below so that we can all learn together. Speaking of hanging these, I'll leave another link down in the description to these eagle clips that I found. They are aluminum brackets, kind of like a French cleat. These are great for hanging heavy things on the wall. I will definitely be screwing them into a stud, secure to the wall, and aren't gonna fall off. Please leave me a thumbs up and be sure and subscribe. And if you build this project, please send me a message on Instagram or send me an email. I would love to see the projects that everybody is building together. Thanks again. This is Ryan Hubbard saying I will see you next time in the Hubbard's Handmade Shop.